This guy, man, his skin was really soft for some reason, man. It was like really mushy. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Darkiztlght. I know I promised the next video would be out soon, which it took me quite a while through this whole quarantine thing, but we're getting to it. We're getting to it. So quarantine happened, and this whole epidemic, COVID-19, is like it kind of turned our world upside down. And I thought it was gonna give me some time to be productive, but nope, it didn't. It didn't. I became a teacher with my kids being sent home and everything. I had to teach them all the stuff that they would have been learning at school, but since they at home, you know, guess who's their teacher? Guess who gets to teach them and all that stuff? I should be getting their pay, you know, but yeah, that's another story. But up to this point, I've just been tattooing. Well, I've only been able to do one tattoo, which is the one that I did on myself. And that one was, you know, it turned out pretty good and stuff, you know, for a first time, you know, for my first time tattooing anyways. I felt like I did pretty good. But actually tattooing on other people, that's a whole nother, you know, story. And I learned a lot. At first I didn't, you know, I was really hesitant because I was scared that I might mess people up or something like that. I didn't want to, you know, this stuff is permanent, you know, I don't want to be messing nobody up. And it's kind of funny because when I went up there, since I'm an apprentice, I was just doing these tattoos for free. Now, you know, it's encouraged to tip, you know, the apprentice, but you know, that's up to the client and everything. But yeah, people were really hesitant on letting me tattoo and everything. And luckily, one guy gave me a shot. And after that, you know, things turned out pretty good. They saw that I could, you know, at least tattoo a simple tattoo. So they were like, yeah, they're going to give me a shot. And I appreciate it. I appreciate all of them. And as for the first tattoo I did was, I worked on a small Spider-Man symbol tattoo. I mean, it wasn't too difficult. There was a couple of areas of the legs to where it was like really close together, and I was afraid that I would kind of like bleed into one leg into another, but it turned out pretty well. And he saw that it was pretty cool, so he was like, yeah man, let's keep going and stuff. So he wanted another a little rose outline tattoo, and I did that one next, which was pretty difficult because that was the first time my stencil kind of got blotched up in the center of the rose. So it was like really, I don't know, all the lines of the stencil was like bleeding into each other. So I think that might have been my fault. I'm not sure. I kind of had to like eyeball the rose petals and the center part of the rose and everything, you know, the best I could based on the reference. And it turned out pretty good. I learned that with the stencils, man, the stencils don't really mean nothing, man. Like you're not gonna be able to do it exactly like the stencil, because based on all the wiping and moving from one part to the next, you know, things are gonna smudge, things are gonna blur up, and you know, that's when the skills of being an actual artist really come in, to where you're really gonna need to be able to just take something off of reference and, you know, through your artistic ability, drawing, tattooing, whatever and stuff, to, you know, kind of make that happen on the tattoo of the skin. And that's one critical thing that I learned from that tattoo. the same guy, you know, after them 2 tattoos, he was like, man, let's go for another one, man, a third one. So he wanted a small little baby Groot tattoo. Everything came together pretty good. The only thing that was kind of difficult for me was on his body. The little branches or whatever he got on his body was very small and fine, to where I had to switch up needles to a pin needle, a 3-pin liner, bug pin, I guess. It's the smaller needles, and I kind of use that to make some of the fine lines. So learning to switch from needle to needle to really make your piece come together. I had this older gentleman. He's a tattoo artist too, and he wanted this little, I guess, raven or crow skull with one of its, I don't know what you call it, his feet, his talon, something like that. With that tattoo, I was real nervous because, you know, I knew that he was a tattoo artist, you know, and everything. So I was like really worried he was gonna be like, dang, this apprentice gonna really fuck me up or something. But he was real cool. He was really encouraging. He was like, yo, you know, just do your thing, just be cool and calm, you know. He talked me through it. I quickly eased up and I wasn't that nervous anymore. I started to tattoo, not quicker, but you know, more in the zone. I wasn't too worried or nervous, and that really helped me out on that one. And then I did my second color tattoo, which is not much color, it's just black and red. With that tattoo, it was an anarchy sign. That tattoo right there, one thing that was difficult on it was, I learned people have different type of skin, which, you know, I mean, it should be obvious that, you know, everybody's different. But you know, I really noticed that this guy, man, his skin was really soft for some reason, man. It was like really mushy. So it was like, it was hard to get my lines in to hit it real nice, to where it would just, you know, saturate and, you know, hit my lines real clean. It was hard. I had to run it like maybe 2-3 times before I got like a clean line and everything. And also, that's my first experience using world famous red ink. Now, I don't know too much about the inks. I've heard that, you know, inks vary from brand to brand, and you're gonna have to like find the brand that you like, or what works for you. And I just found that world famous red to be kind of like, I don't know, watery. But I mean, you know, it went in and everything, you know, I got saturation or whatever. I just felt like it was water. I don't know. I haven't tried other inks yet, which I did go ahead and buy some different sample packs of different brands, different inks. So I get a chance to test out different, you know, different reds and everything. So, you know, we'll see how, you know, those tattoos and that experiment goes. And then from there, I had another lady come in for a small little Pisces tattoo. It was close to her ankle and everything. I've heard, I don't have any tattoos on my feet, but I hear that the feet is a very sensitive area to tattoo. But I don't know if that's the area where it's sensitive, but she sat through it like a champ. I mean, it's real small, so it didn't take much, but that was a nice experience. There was a couple of tattoos that I did do that I actually forgot to take pictures of. It was very hectic that day. There was just so many people that came in wanting tattoos, which was pretty awesome. But still, at the same time, man, you know, we was in there getting it, you know, one after another. So I did this hand tattoos where it has like a moon and an eye. I think I can't even see it. Eye and a cloud, a small little cloud. But that tattoo was pretty cool. Well, that lady was very nervous. She was afraid, you know, I think it's because I was the apprentice and she was worried I might mess it up and everything. But she kept checking on the tattoo, and which, you know, she has every right to look at in there, and I hope I did a good job for her. But I think she was pleasantly surprised at the end, which, you know, made me pretty happy. After that, you know, all her buddies came, you know, to my booth, and they were like, yeah, you know, we want you to do the rest of our tattoos. And by that time, man, it was already like midnight, you know, 12 hours, man, starting to tattoo at 12 noon to 12 midnight, which was freaking crazy, man, one after another. And yeah, I was, you know, to the point where like, man, I'm tired, man. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take one more tattoo and that's it. I hate to say it, but I feel like this last tattoo is probably my worst tattoo, and it was the biggest lesson that I learned. And the tattoo was of this heart. It's just an outline of a heart. Super simple. But the super simple tattoo, the easiest tattoo I did that day, was the most difficult, because after that tattoo, it kind of looked like one of the sides of the heart was a little lopsided. And I think I know why. I was talking to my brother afterwards, and he was like, so, you know, talk me through it. You know, how did you do the tattoo? And I was like, dude, I had to kind of like, you know, lean back so that I can put the stencil on her. And after I tattooed it and everything, it kind of looked a little off. And I think she noticed too. But I don't know if I went too far on one side. That's why one side's more round, one side's a little bit off. You know, it's real small, you know, I mean, if you don't even look at it, you don't really notice it. But he was like, you know what, I think I know what happened. I think when you put the stencil on her, you had her lean back. When you lean back, your skin is stretched. So when you put the stencil on there and you tattoo it, once you are in a relaxed state, you're normal, and you know, so your skin is back to its normal, I don't know, the way it sits. But if it leans back, then it's stretched. So the stencil is going to be stretched. And when it's, you know, when she's relaxed, it's going to be bunched up. So maybe that's how you got that, you know, heart a little lopsided. And I was like, you know what, I never even thought of that, you know, but it taught me the biggest lesson of that day. To, you know, conclude everything, I feel like when I first started doing all these little tattoos, I didn't want to do it. You know, they're small, they're not cool, they're just little small tattoos. I was like, man, I want to do bigger and better things, man. But in the end, I'm glad I did all these little tattoos, you know, because I learned a lot from it. You know, different type of people, different types of skin, how to put stencil on people correctly, and just different angles, different ways of how to inject the ink and everything. It's just, it was a really good experience, and one that I will value, and I'm glad I went through it. And I apologize if I didn't have your tattooed featured in this video, because like I said, it was a hectic day. I missed, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 tattoos. I forgot to take pictures and videos of it. But from this day forward, I'm still gonna try my best to record my process and what I'm learning. Hopefully some of the things that I've learned, I could kind of like, you know, put that information out there to help other people, and you know, that'd be real good. But that's it for this video. I apologize for taking so long to push this video out, but you know, hopefully this whole COVID-19 pandemic thing is all over with soon, so that we kind of get back to normal. But at the same time, this is kind of like the new normal. So, but we still out here, we still doing it, we still trying to get this thing going. I appreciate y'all. And if you guys like the video, you guys like content, please give me a like, comment below, say what's up. If you really like the content, make sure you subscribe so you guys can get my videos and, you know, never miss a thing. That's it, me signing off, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, now, one love, peace.